giving like sexy Squidward.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, compliment of the day.
Tell me that this color is not the perfect Squidward color.
No, it really is.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome back to another episode of the Fuzzy Pod.
It's a weird day. The weather has been all over the place. Madi woke up to, well, you can explain what happened this morning.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, I mean, we're just getting some crazy weather. I think a lot of people probably across the US are getting some nasty weather at the time of recording.
At the time of recording. Because you're like, what do you mean? It's a beautiful Friday today.
What are you saying?
They said that the weather's never been this beautiful this time of year across all of the world.
You know, it is what it is. But actually, I didn't wake up to it. I was already awake, but I was kind of like half awake. And I was like on my phone and I saw like a flash. And my first thought was to gaslight myself and be like, you're probably losing your eyesight. Like some sort of weird thing is happening with your eyes. Maybe like your retina detached or something.
Please.
And I was like, whatever. Kept scrolling on Reddit or whatever. I don't remember at this point. And then we heard the loudest thunder I have ever heard. It sounded like it was in our home. Like it was so loud. And like I'm not new to thunderstorms, so it's not like I've never experienced a thunderstorm, but it just felt like it came out of nowhere and woke Ted up, woke our dog Loki up, but we were just all kind of like, what the frick? That sounded like it literally hit our house.
Wait, so Ted woke up to this. Did he think the world was ending? Because I feel like if you woke up to a sound like that.
That's a fair question.
Ted, did you think the world was ending? Nope, he knew it was thunder.
I hate how level-headed he is sometimes. Like, I would have woke up so dramatically. Like,
yeah, I know.
Take me home!
Thinking it's your last breath you're taking.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, the weather's been crazy, so it's been really bizarre and strange how the vibes are weird. But we're here, and we're in the studio, and we have fake sunlight on us. We have the lights on us. This is my vitamin
it's
D
our
for the
happy
day.
lamps.
Our happy lamps. All right, but we're not here to talk about the weather. No. Actually, we are here to first introduce ourselves, because have we done that? Hi, I'm Megan.
But I'm Madi, and we're happy to have you here.
Yeah, and we are the hosts of the Fuzzy Pod. And here on the Fuzzy Pod, we talk about all things nostalgia. And today, we are doing a favorite segment of ours, the Pop Star Diaries.
Megan's favorite segment.
Yeah, she said Megan's favorite because she gets to talk about herself the entire time.
I'm just teasing. But before we jump in, I have to be honest. I have a couple rants.
Yes.
I'll be quick about them, though. I promise. I know you don't believe me. I can see it. I can see it in your eyes.
No. I was just thinking about, in a second, I want to explain what the Pop Star Diaries are for anyone new.
Oh, yes. The first thing I just want to get out there, because this is going to be the quicker one, is I was driving over here to our lovely podcast studio this morning to come record. And since moving to Tennessee, I have never in my life seen so many people just blatantly texting. We were on the freeway going like 70 miles per hour. There's this woman in her car next to us. I look over. She's driving, and I'm using quotes because her hands were nowhere near the steering wheel, going 70 miles per hour.
Please.
Looking down to her right with both hands on her phone, texting.
No, that is so stupid.
I don't understand. And it's raining outside. Like,
yeah.
The weather is disgusting.
No text message you're sending is that important.
No, and I don't mean to sound like a mom, but like...
No, you're not sounding...
That is so incredibly dangerous.
No, it is. I was going to say, you're not sounding like a mom at all. That kind of behavior takes lives. Like you are, when you are operating a vehicle, you are not just responsible for yourself and whoever's in the car, but everyone around you. And it's honestly, I am with you on that. That is very fuzzed up. And it is a frustration of mine as well. And I don't know what it is about in the Nashville area. I swear it's worse than LA.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen people scroll like Instagram.
Yes. It's insane. And it's
as a passenger princess, by the way.
It's
so,
not.
She was safe.
Exactly. I was a passenger princess when I saw this. It's not like, oh, I'm at a stoplight, and the light's red and I pulled out my phone real quick. Like, you shouldn't do that either. But like,
Yeah.
But going on the freeway like 70 miles per hour and you don't even have a single pinky on the wheel.
No,
and it's
absolutely
raining.
not.
It's rough. And I was like, there has to be a way we can report these people.
Oh, literally though, the police are like never around on those freeways. Like there's no one to be seen on 65, like ever. And I'm like, where are you? Huh?
Maybe we should start like a Twitter page where we just like shame these people.
Yeah, you just share, drop their
like license
pictures.
plate.
License plate. I was gonna say drop their app, but that's only every once in a while see someone who will put their Instagram handle on their car, and that's a whole other conversation.
Oh my gosh, yes, I've seen that multiple times here.
I feel like you're just asking for someone to DM you and be like, "Hey, you cut me off, you jerk."
Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to share that.
No, I'm glad you could get that off your
thing.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm trying to be quick. So yesterday, Ted and I were going out on a little date night, going to the movies, and we're driving and just having conversation. He goes, "Oh yeah, like I saw this thing on Twitter," and I don't think that he thought that it was going to rile me up so much, but for some reason, and I honestly, truthfully, I was not expecting it. But he was like, "I don't think you understand how deep like the Stanley girly thing goes." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Oh, like these Stanley girlies like share water recipes."
Huh?
And I was like, "This is satire, right? Like it's a joke?"
I haven't heard about this.
No, it's a thing. Go on TikTok.
If you put 5 cups of ice in 1 cup of water, it's the perfect ratio.
No.
And then you fart in.
No, I was like, so I asked more questions, right? I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, like they're adding fruit to their water. Like, what do you mean?" He goes, "No, like they'll have a video where they'll like pour their Fiji water into their Stanley, which first of all,
Wasting. Isn't that the whole point of having a reusable bottle?
Exactly. So that's one. And then 2, like I watched like multiple of these videos. They're calling it a water recipe, but they're like making lemonade and Kool-Aid, like using those little packets. I'm like, you just like to drink Kool-Aid. Like you just like to drink
Liquid IV.
No, it's not even Liquid IV. I wish it was Liquid IV. Like I saw multiple where it was like these like little nerd packets, like flavored nerd water, where you pour like a Kool-Aid packet, but it's nerd flavored.
The woman was too stunned to speak. I am very confused, and I'm not on this side of the internet. I
don't know how popular it is, but I typed in water recipes on TikTok and like a lot of videos came up.
Did you ever see, I think it was the cheetah girl, Adrienne Bailon?
What'd she say? Did she just have a water recipe too?
No, Adrienne, she just like had like, it just I don't know why it reminds me of this. She had like a weird recipe. She's like, have you ever had like whipped cream to your like spaghetti? It wasn't like that, but it was like basically not far off. Hold on.
Look it up. Yeah, I need to know. But anyways, I just like, for some reason, I just went on a tangent about like, I just don't understand. Like, just say that you want like a sugar drink. Why are we calling it a water recipe? There is no recipe. It's just water. Water is water.
It's giving, when they were like made up a new name for agua fresca. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It's exactly like, what are we doing?
Oh, they're like, this corn dip. You're like, esquites? What?
Like, I'm so sorry. But like, sis, you like your country time lemonade. It's fine. Just say I'm making some lemonade.
Don't say I'm making water. I get you. Yeah.
Like, oh, this is my ratios of Kool-Aid mix to water and other weird syrups that I'm putting in it. I just can't. I normally am like, oh, I don't want to yuck anyone's yums. But sometimes the yums gotta be yucked.
By the way, it was tuna and fruit punch that Adrienne,
I'm so sorry.
put
What do you
together.
mean?
And then chicken noodle soup with hazelnut coffee creamer was another one she suggested. And then whipped cream with Cholula hot sauce. Maybe some people's palates are not the same since COVID.
I really hope that's the case. How long has she been eating like this?
I have no idea. I just came across it one time and everyone was like, what are these recipes?
Wait. Chicken noodle soup with hazelnut creamer? Like Coffee Mate hazelnut creamer?
Yeah. And then fruit punch with canned tuna.
What do you mean fruit punch?
Like a fruit punch juice.
Like Hawaiian punch?
Yeah.
And she's pouring that on her tuna?
I think so. Yeah.
Or is she putting the tuna in the juice and shaking it up?
Yeah, I'll show you the videos. I didn't watch enough because I was like, that
hurts my stomach.
I can't. I don't have the capacity to.
Like, when I was a kid, I would like come home from school and have like Cheetos with chocolate milk, but I was a child.
You didn't mix them.
And I wasn't
like together.
dipping my Cheetos in chocolate milk. Like,
I just got a great idea, okay? We talked about, Madi and I, we want to start a Patreon.
My stomach hurts.
I think we should have a segment that's just fuzzed up.
We really should, because I could go for hours. You should have heard me in the car yesterday.
There's no time limit, okay? Okay, you have the full hour. It's not
Those
segmented.
might be solo episodes. I don't know.
I'll just be there to react.
I don't know. Sometimes I go far off.
You're like, hello, welcome to Fuzzed Up with Madi. Here's what's fuzzed up. Let's get right into it. Full hour.
Oh, yeah, we get listener call-ins.
Madi's like, all right, tell me what's fuzzed up with your week. And you're like listening and you react. Wait, there's something here.
There's something here.
There's something here.
There's something here. Stay tuned. But anyways, I will leave it at that. I will not continue to rant about this weird. We'll talk about it more later off pod, but because I just need to watch these videos and understand. I need to sit alone with my thoughts, honestly, on that one.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Wow, I gotta share this water recipe with you later.
Oh my
by
God,
the way,
yes, please.
5 ice cubes, okay? 2 cups of water.
5.
Yes, this plastic cup of water. Wait. I already messed up the recipe. A glass straw. And just a hint of what is that?
Fluoride.
Fluoride. Well, thank you for sharing.
Of course. Now you have the floor for the next 45 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
And I will just react.
No, that's not what this is. Because here's the thing. This is another Pop Star Diaries. And the thing about the Pop Star Diaries, if you don't know, if you're new, once upon a time, your girl was pursuing a full-time career in music. Hey, she was on the road to be a pop star. She lived those pop star dreams. But by her side, every step of the way, was her sister, Madi, our co-host, our other co-host here. Yeah. So Madi was a part of all of these stories, the whole entire journey from the beginning to the end. And
that sounds so bleak. From the beginning to the bitter end.
I'm still making music, but
that's not your main
focus
right now.
That used to be the only thing I was pursuing once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
Now she has multiple interests. Okay, she's gaming, she's
multifaceted.
Podcasting. Yes, she's doing all the things. And she's also just slowing down because it consumed a lot of her life.
It really did.
But today's focus is going to be specifically on the era of Radio Disney. I was
beautiful time.
Heavily involved with Radio Disney throughout my entire Pop Star Diaries career. Honestly, a lot of my pop star career, I have to give a lot of thanks to Radio Disney because they were huge supporters of my music.
They were.
From the very beginning. Because starting at the very beginning, Radio Disney was the first radio station to ever play one of my songs, which was really sweet. Thank you, Radio Disney.
May you rest in peace.
We love you. Rest in peace, Radio Disney. Oh, yeah, by the way.
We hope you're revived soon.
They're dead now. Radio Disney closed its doors officially in 2021. But for a lot of us, Radio Disney was a huge part of our childhood as well. And we should have, I'm thinking about this way too late. I guess we should have asked people if they had any fond Radio Disney memories. But I guess, it's the two of us here. Do you have any Radio Disney memories that stick out to you? From childhood?
From childhood? Just listening.
Yeah.
Always. That's what Mom would play on the radio.
Yeah.
If she wasn't playing.
Is there a specific song that comes to mind, you remember playing all the time on that station?
Summer Forever. I'm just kidding.
I guess you still were technically a kid, though, when my music was playing on Radio Disney, which is funny. That's kind of crazy.
It's gross.
It's gross. You're like, ew, how long ago was that?
I never felt like a kid, to be honest. Oh, that's sad.
What? What's sad? How long ago?
I said I never felt like a kid.
Oh, you grew up so fast.
They grow up so fast. I'm trying to remember. I have like the world's worst memory. I feel like they played "I'm Yours" a lot.
Yes.
Probably Hillary Duff.
A lot
for
of
sure.
Hillary
A lot
Duff.
of Hillary Duff. Yeah.
For some reason, the one that sticks out to me the most is I have memories of being in the backseat of like mom's car and listening to "I'm like a bird, I only fly away."
I don't know.
I think that was called "Bird" by like Nelly Furtado.
Yeah.
Oh
That
man,
song was fire.
But I just felt like every time we turn on the radio, it was like, oh my gosh, this song again. And I was like, okay, I like it.
That really stuck out to you. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why that specific.
I love that impact. I love that impacted your life.
It did.
Yeah.
And I did. I flew away to California. Except I took my whole family with me because my family took me, really.
Yeah.
Because my dad's job took us to California. And I was just a little baby bird following along. But eventually spread my wings to LA. But then I took 2 other birds with me, my mom and my sister.
I don't want to be a bird. I want to be, what goes with a worm?
You want to be a worm?
I was going to say what goes with a bird. But they eat worms.
Oh, you're saying you want to be the worm to my bird? I don't think you do.
I feel like the worm.
You good today? It's the weather. It's the weather. Don't let it get to you.
It's getting to me.
Oh my gosh.
I am a worm.
Please. The other Radio Disney memory I have is they used to have on like the weekends where you could call in.
Oh, I was gonna say that, yeah.
To a talent show. So you could like show your talent on the air, which is very limited because it has to be a talent that involves something like audio related because it's not like you can visually see the talent.
Yeah. They're like, I am hula hooping.
Yeah, I'm currently juggling 6 cats right now. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so before Megan was on Radio Disney, she was on Radio Disney.
This is true. I worked up the courage to sing for the talent show that they were doing. And, you're calling in multiple times and then we finally get through. And I was so afraid to talk to anyone on the phone and specifically like the radio host on air that my friend who was with me, she was the one that did all the speaking and then handed me the phone
and
to
then
sing.
Megan sang.
And then took it back. But it was so funny because she passes the phone to me. I sing for 20 seconds or whatever. And then the radio DJ is like, wow, that was awesome. Yeah, you're so great. Just hyping me up. And then my friend takes back the phone as me and is like, thanks, bye.
I think she went like this. Yay.
Yay. Ooh. But then who knew that years later they'd be the station to play my songs first, which is awesome.
Yeah. Incredible.
I remember being in a hotel room too whenever I found out that my song was going to be played on that station. And I think we were just all gathered around the bed and just had the phone out on the app or something. It was just we were all standing around it and they're like, and next up, BEA Beautiful by Megan Nicole. And that basically started a beautiful and lovely and fun journey with Radio Disney over the next few years.
Radio Disney. Woo. Okay, so we obviously talked about the very exciting moment of them playing your song for the very first time, which is so fun. Especially just growing up with that radio station to have that truly full circle moment. But what was your first memory of an event or something that you did with them other than obviously them playing your music?
Okay, so one of my first visits to Radio Disney, I performed an acoustic version of BEA Beautiful. And I don't know what it was, how I began to form that relationship there with everyone, but it seemed like I was constantly being invited back to the studio to participate in different things. I at a certain point kind of felt like a second home. I was always just at the radio station. If I was promoting a new song, they were the first to support it. If I was promoting a tour, they were also the first to support it, which is also crazy to think about them promoting my tours on the radio station.
Yeah.
And bringing me in and the other support acts. They were even involved in I hope I'm remembering this correctly, but I believe they were involved in helping me figure out who my support
I
acts
feel
were
like
going
they
to be on
were.
tour.
Yeah, I feel like they were too. I have that memory as well.
Yes, because it was Alex and Sammy, and both
Yeah.
of them were heavily involved with Disney as well.
Uh-huh.
And so they just like supported and backed my career in so many ways over the years. And so, yeah, I was like constantly in and out. And it's even crazy to think that I went from, oh my gosh, I'm terrified.
I was about to ask you this. Yeah.
I'm terrified.
I can't even talk on the phone.
Yeah. Can't even talk on the phone to legit, I did a Radio Disney takeover.
Yeah.
And I played host for the day.
You played DJ?
Yeah. I got to pick some of the tunes. I think like beforehand, like I said, like, this is like the set list or whatever. Like these are the songs I want to be in rotation for the time that I'm taking over. I took calls from other listeners, which is like such another full circle moment. I think I did some interviews. Yeah. I mean, I was just constantly like, basically anything I was doing, I was there to promote at Radio Disney.
Yeah.
Shows, like we said, even my movie Summer Forever, they were huge supporters of. And I would even like help come up with like content ideas for YouTube.
Yeah.
And then we'd go and we'd make content for the channel, for the Radio Disney channel. So it was just really fun being able to be involved in that way at the studio. And I kind of felt like the like unofficial like an unofficial employee, very loosely. I use that at Radio Disney just because of how involved I was over the years. Because outside of like the things that I would go do at the studio, Radio Disney sent me all over the place performing.
They did like Radio Disney tours.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Radio Disney would be involved in a lot of events. So say like there's like a Christmas tree lighting happening like in Chicago, Radio Disney,
would have a stage, yeah.
Would have a stage there, exactly. Maybe there's some event happening in Atlanta at a mall.
There were some random ones.
There were some random cities I went to.
Some
random festivals. And so the requirements for those would usually be like, okay, we fly you out to the city for the day. You're required to do like, this long of a set, whatever it is. And sometimes it'd be tracks. Sometimes it'd be full band. Sometimes it'd be just me.
Probably depend on how big the event was.
Yes, exactly. And then always with that too, it was always a requirement to do a meet and greet. So I would usually do like at least an hour-long meet and greet, I feel like, if not more sometimes. Just like meeting people, signing things. But my favorite part was like interacting with parents that like, especially like back then, like YouTube was still kind of fresh and new. And like being a YouTuber was a whole new thing. Like it's not like today where people are like, oh, I want that as a career. I want to be a YouTuber.
It was not a career.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a word. It wasn't. I mean,
like it was a career, but like it was not seen as a career.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. 100%. So parents would be like so confused because they'd be like, oh my gosh, are you like, what show are you on Disney?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because of my association with Radio Disney. And I'd be like, oh, I am not on a Disney show, but maybe they've seen my music videos. Because that's another thing too. We can get more into in a second, but they play my music videos on TV in between commercial breaks. So some kids, were exposed to my music in that way if they didn't find me through YouTube. But I always thought that was so funny because now parents would be like, oh yeah, my kid likes a YouTuber. Yeah. So duh, okay. But no, it was always like, what show are you on? I was like, I should just start saying random ones.
Just make up names. Like they probably won't even know.
Yeah. I'm actually Selena. I just look a little different. I'm related to I'm actually Selena's stand-in for Wizards of Waverly Place. Yeah. I'm Selena's stunt double for Wizards. Please. I'm crying.
That would have been so. Are your eyes getting blurry?
No. Maybe you should check into that.
I don't want to talk about it.
So I feel like that was a huge part of my involvement with them, though, was just playing all of these shows. Yeah. And it was
a big part of your career, I feel like.
It was a huge, honestly.
Working with them,
huge part of my career because kind of a part of that, like, I'll call, the grind of like doing these like shows, like these one-off shows here and there for them. Like I was able to like meet with people and like make connections and show people my music and, let my music be heard by a new audience everywhere I went. And it was a really cool experience being able to do that. But there is one in particular that sticks out to me. And that was I got to perform at the Magnificent Mile in Chicago. It was there Christmas parade or like holiday parade.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of the coldest days on record that Chicago had in like years, maybe decades.
Oh my gosh.
And Radio Disney had a stage and also a float. So I performed at the show and I was on a float. So that was a lot of time outdoors, outside.
Did they have heaters?
Like in certain areas, yeah. But on stage, no. Like my guitar player could not feel his hands. Like I remember he was like, he would like in between songs would like quickly like try to warm up his hands. And just like, oh my gosh. And there were so many photographers being way too close for how cold it was because my nose was making snotsicles. I looked like a little cub chew up there, but not as cute. I just had like just a little bit of drizzle. And I just remember seeing photos after and I was like, please, who?
I could took these? Never. I would have to plug up my nose because you know how bad my nose just leaks in general.
Meat and Madi.
Like it's like 50 degrees.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way though. And so it was cold.
Does your nose ever just like leak?
No, that's what was like. That's what was happening.
No, but I'm saying like
in general,
in general, because I'll just be like doing something and just like
not all
drops.
No,
it's like a faucet.
Have you seen an allergist out here?
I've seen an allergist. Yeah.
Okay.
Not here, but I've seen an allergist.
Okay. Cool. I was just making sure like your nose, like everything's good up there.
I mean, no, I have severe allergies to the indoors.
So actually, you would have felt safer in that position being outside on stage.
Maybe, but something is wrong with my nose because this is such a tangent. But earlier today, when I was doing my makeup, I was like, you know, when you like do like a big sniffle,
yeah,
only one nostril was closing. Like one side would like go like close, and the other wasn't.
That's not right.
That's not right.
No, it's not right.
It's not right.
That's usually when you're sick only. It's reserved for that.
I know.
We'll talk later. We'll talk.
I need a doctor. Snotsicles.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That's rough. It was rough. But, you know, the set was only like 15 minutes. But
longest 15 minutes.
Longest 15 minutes of my life. The worst part was at night. It was time for the parade. And oh my gosh, I'm on that float. I'm waving. I'm this girl from Texas. I ain't never felt cold like this in my life. Never in my life had I felt this kind of cold. I didn't know how to prepare. I was not prepared. I also still wanted to look cute. It's like, how many layers can you do for television?
Yeah, I remember like going shopping with mom for that particular event, because we didn't go to that one, or I didn't go to that one.
No, it was just dad with me.
Yeah, I remember like picking out
my fit. You're like,
oh, it was a gray coat, right, with like fur.
That was one of the things I wore.
Okay,
but
I remember that.
I think I wore a black coat for the performance on the float. So not only did I have to, stand and wave on the float on one of the coldest days they'd ever experienced, the wind chill was insane. I'm just shaking. I'm smiling. There comes a point where this is televised, at least locally. And so I get to this point where I'm having to sing Santa Baby for like all of a minute, but also thank God actually that I'm just singing, because no one actually sings at a parade. You're not allowed to. Like it has to be pre-recorded. But I'm so extra that I did a re-recording of it where I sang it like in one take, so it was still semi-live.
Yeah, so it didn't feel like it was just overproduced version.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you're trying to pass off as being
live. Yeah, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna have to lip sync this, I am at least gonna like have like a live, like more live sounding vocal.
Yeah.
To this. Anyways, so I'm there. I'm singing Santa Baby. So hurry down the chimney tonight. Good night, Chicago. Whatever. Bye. The float moves on. That was one of the last stops before we get off the float. No one told me that the number one rule when you're freezing is do not put your hands. Probably that too. No one told me to not put my hands underwater like immediately.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I went straight for warm water in the hotel where the parade stopped and took my gloves off. I put my hands, pins and needles. If you probably already knew that. You saw that coming. Pins and needles. My hands just felt like I was convinced I was going to lose my hands.
Well, also, isn't it because like it can, well, a couple things. One, you could probably not tell accurately what a temperature is. That could be dangerous.
Yes.
But like that drastic of a change.
Yes.
It's like shocking your nerves.
It's not good for you.
Yeah.
No, literally, I was like, whoo! I'm in this like random hotel bathroom, like by myself, took off my gloves, and I'm like looking like an idiot.
You gotta do like this. Our friend from Minnesota, which it gets very cold there, is that you put your arms by your side.
Okay.
And then you like kind of shoot your arms down, like you move your shoulders. Because it's supposed to get the blood to your hands.
So that's what I should have been doing. See, I didn't have that pro tip before. I wasn't built for the cold, and I had no idea what I was getting into.
Yeah. Yeah. And you and I both have poor circulation.
Yeah. It was just a bad combination. It was a bad combination. But it made for a memorable trip. It definitely did. And there were a lot of memorable Disney trips, and I'm like, oh, what do we even get into today? But I want to mention like a short, like heartwarming one. And I believe you went on this trip with me to Kansas.
Okay.
So
I have a horrible memory, so you're going to have to keep going.
Okay.
Before I agree.
So Disney would work with this like organization that would support arts in the schools. And really, really awesome, really wholesome. Well, they had a competition. It's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back. Sorry.
They had this competition where, hey, like show us like your school spirit, what your school means to you, and we'll send like a radio Disney star to your school. And also, more importantly, give some like money towards your school, towards your art department. Well, this tiny school in a town, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, this is not an exaggeration by any means.
A town where the population was 315 people.
Yes.
We saw the sign as we were driving in. It was a single school in this town that all the kids went to, from like kindergarten all the way to grade 12. Literally, we get there. And the way we get there is also crazy because we're coming from California. We have a layover in Denver. We get on a plane that is the size of a small van. Like, it's me.
It's a minivan.
My sister, and the guy playing guitar, and our friend Will. He's coming out for this. It's just the three of us. And the most stern flight attendant, like literally the most stern flight attendant.
I felt like I was a kid on a bus getting in trouble.
You've ever met. She sat in her seat facing us the entire flight.
Time.
The entire flight. And we were like, I feel like I can't
like we
anything.
Can't talk. Like
if we talk, we're gonna get in trouble.
I feel like she's gonna go shh.
Literally. Oh my gosh. Well, she probably hated us too because, not to put him on blast, but Will pointed out way too loudly that she had a bunch of long hairs coming out of her mole.
Of a giant mole.
And he was like, do you think she sees them? And we're like
so loud.
Shh.
He probably honestly was like, oh my gosh.
And we're like, oh, maybe she can't, or maybe she doesn't care.
Maybe she doesn't care.
Right. Shut up.
I'm pretty sure he also broke like a piece of the plane. Like a tray table or something.
By accident. Yes.
Yeah.
You're so right. He pulled down the tray table and it just snapped.
Fell.
And I was like, nobody touch anything on this plane because it's going to fall apart.
No one breathe.
We just need to make it to Kansas in one piece. We land at this airport, one terminal.
Tiniest airport.
The tiniest airport you've ever seen. It's a terminal and a restaurant, and the restaurant is bumping. I think it's
the restaurant of the town.
Literally
like
the restaurant.
Diner.
The diner. This is the spot to hang out. The airport.
Which honestly, kind of fire. Like sitting at like a diner watching the planes.
Planes come in.
Yeah.
So we were like, whoa, where are we? This is like small town. Let's go. Okay. Like I thought I grew up in a small town. Like this is tiny. But I mean, you know what? They had an airport and we didn't have one. So So we land in this town and then we drive like 45 minutes to the closest hotel. And around the hotel is just like a Sonic, which we ate at 3 times. I'm not exaggerating. So we get there, we crash for the night. The next day is like the event. So we drive to the school, which is another 30 minutes away. And I think a Radio Disney host had arrived at this point too. So it's like the 4 of us in the car. We go and it's so sweet. The kids are so sweet. The school is so welcoming. Yeah. Everyone in the town is it's just, the whole thing is so heartwarming. and we do like a little acoustic set.
Mm-hmm.
We perform. And the thing that made me like smile the most is the next day we're at the airport/diner and we're waiting for our flight in the diner. And like a couple of these like women that were a little older, they're probably like in their 70s or something, come over to us and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I saw you on television last night." We're like, "What? We were on TV?" And they're like, "Yes, the local news. They were showing your performance. You were so good."
Such a wholesome experience.
And I just was like, "Oh my gosh, this is incredible." And I just love that they came up to say hi and the fact that we were on like the local news and that these people probably come to this diner every single day.
Yeah.
We probably saw them when we landed, didn't even realize. And it was awesome. And that's definitely a memory from the Radio Disney era experiences.
I love that.
Will stick with me.
Yeah. That was a good one. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you were there. You were there for that one. I had so many Sonic chili dogs on that trip.
Yeah. I think when we were driving to the town that had the school, I remember driving through like another town that was like a population of like 12.
Oh,
do you remember that?
I don't know what part of Kansas we were in, but it was like tiny towns.
Yeah.
Because I was shocked when I saw that the total population for the place
was 300.
we were going was like just 300. I was like, what?
Like, that's how many people were in my life.
That's how many people were in my graduating class. Yeah. Actually, there were more than that, I think. I think there were 500 people in my graduating class.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, yeah, now I'm
like thinking that like we say like, oh, we're from a small town. No, we're not.
No, we're not. We don't know small town.
Yeah.
We do not know small town. And that's when I realized that. I was like, oh my gosh, no. Like, why do I say I'm just from small town, Katie? I'm like, oh, now like thinking about how
it's not small town
grown
anymore,
Katie
for
is,
sure. But I mean, even when we were there, it was like
comparatively, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Radio Disney Music Awards.
The RDMAs.
The RDMAs, baby. I was there for every single one that was televised.
Yeah.
From like start to the end. I say it to the end. I didn't miss the last one, but basically all of them.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a few things. First of all, we're going to rank my outfits over the years at one point because that's important.
Just for the RDMAs.
Just for the RDMAs. Okay. We're definitely going to talk about all of the outfits that I wore over the years. But before we get into that, we should just talk about our overall experience of going to the RDMAs. So first of all, the RDMAs were my first ever award show.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing on a red carpet. I'll give you like a 30-second rundown of what a red carpet experience is like. Okay, it's like this. You show up, you're with your publicist. Your publicist has a little sign, okay, with your name on it. And then all the photographers are like, all right, I know who I'm photographing now and who I'm yelling at. And the next thing you know, they're all saying your name. So it's like, Megan over here. Megan, do this. Megan, pose like this. Over the shoulder. You're like, do I? Oh my gosh. They're just yelling all these things at you. And then you're like, okay. Then after you go from like the step and repeat, the photo section, you're now going over to where the interviews are being held. Mm-hmm. And it is just like all the interviews are being held like back to back to back in a row. So you could be doing an interview with one like magazine and then someone literally
is right next to you.
Right shoulder to shoulder with you doing another interview with another outlet. And it is so hard to not eavesdrop, to be focused.
I could never.
I'm like,
never.
If you're like, I'm sitting next to a Jonas brother or something right now, I want to be listening to what they're saying.
Were you ever shoulder to shoulder?
I don't know. I think on carpets I was close to Jonas Brothers a few times.
You were close, but shoulder to shoulder?
Shoulder to shoulder? I don't think so.
I think you would have told me about that.
If I was shoulder to shoulder with Joe or Nick? No, I don't think I ever was.
Oh, no. She really left Kevin out of it.
Sorry, I know Kevin's your favorite.
No, I just think it was disrespectful that you left him out of it because he is a Jonas brother, but whatever.
I don't know. We went to his show. He didn't even speak on the microphone.
He did not once
say anything.
Say even hello.
I just wanted a hi from Kevin at the show. That's
like,
all.
Hi, I'm okay. They feed me well. They treat me well. Now I'm concerned. Now I'm sending a PI.
Free Kevin.
Free Kevin.
Honestly, Kevin's just vibing.
Please, he's under a conservatorship.
So you're like trying to like focus on,
Your interview.
your interview, the conversation you're having. So
that would be so hard for me.
when I see people like run with celebrities like 2-second quotes that they give on carpet interviews, I'm like, give them some wiggle room, give them some grace. It is chaos. They just did their photos. They're thinking about going into the event. Like, there's yelling, there's so much noise around. The fact that they're giving you any kind of eloquent answer, like, just
take it.
Like, and don't take it too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that
people, that's why you always hear see celebrities be like you can tell they're like kind of like leaning in, like when
yes,
like doing the interviews.
Hear.
Yeah, everyone needs to have like those like horse blinders, you know.
yeah. They need to have up like little stalls that you go into for each interview. Like truly, it is chaos. And then after that, you're like, you take a deep breath. You recheck your hair and make sure you're all good, Pop
if you're Megan, you have tissues on hand 24/7.
Yes, because your nose is always running. And you step into the event. And if you're not doing anything at the event, then your job is over. You can breathe. You're done. All you have to worry about is maybe not looking too awkward on camera if they come by you during someone else's performance, and just smile and dance.
Yep.
Smile and wave. And then you get to leave, and then you party. There's always an after party.
Yep.
The after parties were always fun there.
I'm trying to remember the after. Did I go?
Because they actually had food and drinks. That's what made it so good.
I'm trying to remember. Did I go to the after parties at the RDMA?
Yeah, they had like performances and stuff like that. So they would shuffle us to the conga room because it all took place at oh my gosh, what is that place called? It's where the Staples Center is. And the RDMA.
The LA Live area?
Yes, LA Live. Yeah.
But no, they renamed the Nokia.
It's not Nokia Theater anymore either. What's it called now? It's called the Peacock Theater now?
Huh?
Is that right? Formerly Nokia Theater in Microsoft. Oh my gosh.
So it went from Nokia to Microsoft.
Yeah.
To Peacock.
Yeah. Huh. But that's
where does Peacock get all this money? No, I'm being genuine.
Where does NBC get? We'll have to look into that later.
But I'm just like, I feel like, I guess it is NBC, but I'm just like.
Yeah. Like what other program is the thing?
Like what are their programs? I couldn't tell you an NBC program.
Yeah, we'll have to look into it because usually it's like they own.
No, I'm saying like I couldn't tell you a current NBC program. Are they just banking off office money? Is that what's going on?
No, someone else owns Peacock probably. You know what I mean? Yeah, NBC Universal owns it. And then NBC is probably also a subsidiary of something else. Like it just goes down.
It's probably Disney.
Wouldn't that be so funny?
It probably is.
Okay, so it used to be held there.
Yeah.
At the formerly known as the Nokia Theater.
And then the artist formerly known as.
And they would shuffle us all to like it was called the conga room.
Okay, this is coming back to me a little bit.
But I just remembered, like I said, you were done, but they used to have Radio Disney interviews also at the after party sometimes too. Because I was involved in some like content that also got played on like radio, or not Radio Disney, like on Disney Channel
Disney
after.
Oh.
Yeah, I just remember that.
If you can find all that stuff online.
I think so, probably.
Have you looked it up, be honest?
Not lately, no.
Not lately?
No. I once upon a time. At one point I was talking about it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Once a year I do my check-ins to see if all my Disney content is still there, so I can be like,
see how the views are doing.
Technically I was on Disney Channel, which technically I was on Disney Channel. Okay, so year 2 of going to the RDMAs, I was invited to perform at the pre-show.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
But to me, hot take, just as good, if not better, because the pre-show is still televised.
Yeah.
And then after that, I didn't have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm free.
Yeah.
And because it's like an outdoor setting, it's
the
much
vibes
more
were
casual.
Better. Yeah. The vibes were better.
And
performance.
It was awesome. I had to get my dress approved for the show. Also because it had the silhouette of Mickey Mouse on it.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to make sure it was accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was kind of crazy. I think Julie made my dress maybe like a month in advance or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to send in photos of it.
They're out there like measuring the ear distance.
Yeah, literally. They're like, the ear ratio is off to the face. We're going to have to redo that one. Thinking back on it, it's pretty crazy thinking about the progression of just like being afraid to call, playing my songs, to being able to host, to being able to go to the show, then being able to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just overall like a great experience. Always like on our side of things working with Disney. And obviously we didn't like work with the mouse like in, a crazy capacity. Like I wasn't like a Disney Channel kid, but it was so interesting to be adjacent to that world.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of my acquaintances like were on Disney Channel.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would get invited to like their birthday parties and I don't know, we went to the most random things.
We went to the most random.
We were like in with the Disney kids.
But
with
did
the
they
Disney
know
crowd.
us now?
Probably not. Probably not. That's just so funny to think about though, because it was like such an era. And we were talking about this recently together, but I don't know if we discussed this on the pod, but there's not really like that type of TV show being made, like live action, like a new star in the making. It's a lot like mostly animated on Disney Channel now.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, there's no like Hannah Montana or
yeah, that's true.
Bunked is still going on, but there's not like
I don't even know
something new.
So the camp one?
Yeah, like I don't, and I'm like, will those types of shows be made, or is it just like it's YouTubers now, like we were talking about?
Yeah, that's true. I feel like
the tables have turned.
Yeah, no, they really have. They're now if they went on tours, it'd be like, oh, like what's your YouTube channel?
Yeah,
no, I'm on the Disney Channel.
Oh. It's all reversed now.
Yeah, but like the content kids consume these days, like is all like YouTube or I don't know,
TikTok.
just like live streaming or like it's so different.
So different. So it's a whole other tangent. Days.
Well, they had the High School Musical show. It wasn't too long ago.
Okay, that's true. So I'm not including like Disney Plus. So yeah. Disney,
okay.
But that would have been the last one.
Yeah.
I feel like the last big one.
They didn't put that on Disney Channel?
Not that I know of.
Oh, you know what? I do remember that being like a big Disney Plus push.
Yeah. I think that was like their first thing of like, hey, come over here.
Yes.
This is the future. Which
is sad because that means that they're like anticipating the decline of
Disney Channel.
Do
you think Disney Channel will cease to exist soon?
It's possible with Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh, like within the next couple of years?
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
They
could be phasing it out because why else would they like...
Yeah.
They see what's happening.
So in like 2019, right before I moved, I was being considered for a role that would have been a live action Disney show. And I was thinking like ever since then, like what's the last type of content that they have like been writing specifically for Disney Channel?
Yeah.
That's live action. Because they couldn't find the kid. So basically that project, 2020 happened after that. But before that, they were having trouble finding kids to match like with the adult character. Because that would have been the next step was they'd bring in the other, like me and some other people to read with the kids.
The kids.
Yeah. But they couldn't find who their stars were going to be.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but I was like thinking about like, when was the last time they like had like a live action thing that was even that far into like pre-production?
Yeah.
For Disney Channel specifically.
No, it's wild. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Okay, but anyways, we got on a tangent. I think we were talking about how you were on the Disney Channel, though.
Yeah, on the Disney Channel.
Oh, no, sorry. We were talking about your full circle, but yeah.
Okay, where were we? RDMAs, which we should talk about something that's kind of funny.
Getting Mickey Mouse approved.
Getting Mickey Mouse approved, the dress. Something Madi and I just think is hilarious is...
This is so minor.
It's so funny. So our first like invite to the RDMAs,
which was like their first, like Megan said, their first televised year.
Their first televised year. It was like, oh my gosh,
big deal.
We had some pretty good seats.
We had really good seats. We were like right in the middle,
on camera,
maybe like the third row.
Yeah,
second
row,
second or third row.
Yeah,
like surrounded all by the Disney stars,
all the celebrities.
Yeah, and all the other celebrities. Yeah. So we were like.
We're like,
we don't belong here.
We're like, what are we? How do we step into this?
We just kept like walking like forward to our seats. I remember, and we're like,
we're checking our tickets.
Yeah,
we're like, did they seat us in the right place? Yeah. I thought we're supposed to be up there on the rafters.
We're not all the way up the top. I thought I was gonna adjust the lights and everything.
Me at the Grammys.
That's funny. But yeah, so we got spoiled. Real nice seats.
And then the next year we were like, oh. we're like, 4th, 5th row, but like
Still
we're
in cam.
we're still close enough to everyone.
Yeah.
Because like we would see like acquaintances that were like sitting a couple rows up and we'd, they come
Go
over
and
and
say hi,
talk and say hi. And then the show would start and we'd be like, oh, okay, bye. A little further back. And then each year
we kept like 3 rows back, 3 rows back.
I'm crying until finally the last year we were just with the plebeians.
we were at the plebeians.
The mouse was like, you know what? I wrung this one dry. We're good.
We're done with that one.
We can put them in the back. They've aged out. I'm crying. No, I remember too, because like I had some like I knew some of the girls in like Fifth Harmony, and like that was probably like my 4th year. So we're getting kind of far back at this point, maybe 3rd, 4th year. And some of them like came over and were I was walking by or something, and I started like talking with them. And so there's a photo of me like with Camila Cabello like hugging me, and I'm sitting with them, and it looks like I'm sharing a row with them, but that was not the case. I just happened to like be walking by and I knew them, so we were just talking, and I sat down to chat with them for a bit. And I just love that it's like, oh yeah.
She goes, no, I'm a 6th Harmony.
I'm 6th Harmony. I'm sitting right here.
I sit here. Yeah, sorry, I'm 6th Harmony. I know.
I was remember seeing that photo of being like, it totally looks like I'm just sitting here, and I'm definitely not.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
you're like, hi, I'm back here.
30th row.
Hello.
Hi, your seat is over here.
Maddie was my date though, like for
I was your date.
Basically all of them except for one.
Except for one, yeah.
I brought Dad, and that was a mistake. I'm just kidding. Man's embarrassed me.
Say why?
Because someone came by.
He was trying to do a good thing, but to be fair.
Y'all, you can't make this up.
You cannot make this story up.
I won't say who the person is.
The 1 year she didn't take me.
And I was kind of, and also it was like year 2 or something, so I was still kind of close. I was talking to like another acquaintance, and this person does very well, and they were like, oh my gosh, by the way, do you have any gum or anything? I'm like, no. And then Dad goes, I think I... Like,
no, you go to Dad.
Oh, yeah. And
Dad didn't know you were talking to someone else.
That's what it was.
Yes.
He was like, hey, do you have gum or anything? I was like, hold on one second. And I was like, hey, Dad.
Walk over to Dad, yeah.
Do you have any gum?
Yeah.
And he goes, He reaches into his pocket. Tell me why this man had loose chiclets in his pocket. He had loose pieces of gum. Like, not the strips, okay?
It was like the packets of foil that you like punch them out.
Yeah. And they were loose though, which is like not like my dad at all. My dad is the most like, clean, organized man I know. So first of all, that was the most shocking part. Like, why is this loose in his pocket? He pulls them out like this. He thinks he's offering them to me.
To you, yeah.
And the other person there goes, oh, you know what? I'm good. And I was like,
not the loose chicken.
I don't think what's so funny is just like there wasn't time to explain the miscommunication. This wasn't someone that I was close enough with
that you could laugh about it.
Yeah. And so I just let them walk away and go on their mission to find untainted gum.
But the thing is, like, the gum was probably clean. Like, he's not a man who like wears his jeans multiple times.
No,
you know what
but
I mean?
you're not
like,
gonna take random man's
gum. No. But I'm saying like
gum.
me as like I know him, I would probably take the gum.
Yeah. I'm crying. That is such because
I don't think he would have ever offered it if he had known.
No,
he probably would have just been like, no, I don't.
But because I was the one asking, he thought I was asking for gum. But the person that I brought over with me to see if we could find them some gum. That is actually so
I am
funny.
Crying.
Oh, it's okay. This person doesn't remember me.
So would you take pocket gum? Yes or no?
No. From a random person?
Ever?
No. How stinky is my breath? And
You're desperate. You just had like hella garlic. You're about to go sing with Nick Jonas. You guys have to share a mic.
I tell him to get over it, and I'm so sorry.
Wow. I would take pocket gum. I'm like so self-conscious about having like really bad breath. So I would take the pocket
I would apologize.
Gum.
I do think it's rude if you're going to be close up with someone, to have like whenever you hear stories of people being like, we had to do a kissing scene and I ate a bunch of garlic. I'm like, just be professional. Like, I don't know. It just don't be rude.
Use
like
mouthwash.
Yeah, make the experience at least like not terrible for their their job today. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, imagine you were like just in a regular job and you're like breathing down someone, you're like doing a training and you're like, so you're gonna click and drag. Like
you're gonna click but not drag. I'm sorry.
sorry. So I click. but do not drag.
We quote so many random things. Oh, wait, any other RDMA highlights? Those are, I mean,
that's pretty fire, honestly. No, not really.
The fact that we still have so many stories, but like I'm watching our time right now. So we're just going to leave you with one last thing. And that is we are going to rank my RDMA outfits over the years. Okay, I'm just going to, I pulled them up here on the dock and I'm going to show them to Madi. So starting with 2013.
Going strong. She said lemons.
I'm wearing a Topshop dress that I bought last minute.
I remember this dress.
Oh, I'm freshly from Texas, and I thought Topshop was still so cool.
To be fair, Topshop was cool.
Once upon a time, right?
It was cool.
It felt less fast fashion-y, too.
It did, yeah.
Because it was like there were less locations.
There was less locations. Like, the quality was so much better.
It really was, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not imagining
No, you're
this.
not imagining that.
So I'm wearing a corseted top. The corset ties in the front dress. It's like a sundress. Which feels like an odd choice.
It's giving Easter. I thought it was
RDMAs.
lemons, but it's flowers.
Yellow roses with blue accents. This is very cute if I'm going...
It's Italian summer.
Yes. That's exactly it. It's very
You need a
cute
big
if I'm
hat.
having an Italian summer vacation.
Yeah.
But Warrington Award Show doesn't feel like the venue.
What is this necklace? It's like a...
It's a bow.
Oh, it's a bow!
She was in her bow
Not me
era.
thinking it was like a stick figure going like this.
And I have on dainty gold heels that I still own. And I
Honestly, those heels are still fire. They're studded.
They're studded. Madi, I'm not even joking. Speaking of Italian summer, I brought these shoes on my Italian vacation this last year and
I
wore them.
remember that.
I have my hair in an updo with a side bang. Honestly, for a first award show...
Listen, could be worse.
What do you rank it?
It's just that, to me, like, the hair doesn't match the outfit vibe. Like, the hair almost feels more elevated and elegant.
So, what do you rank it? We can
let's rank them. Let's, tier list it.
Okay, let's tier list them after.
Because this is the thing. It's, like, it's hard to rank it or give it a rating now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that.
All right, moving on.
Okay, 2014. This is the year that I performed at the pre-show and I had to get approvals on the Mickeys. I love the color. This is one of the few years I did a color. And I think the
a bright
blue
color.
is really pretty. It's a party dress.
It's so cute. I mean, you can never go wrong when Julie's making
It's
your
a
outfit.
Julie Mallow. I wish I didn't wear tights on the carpet.
Oh, I honestly did not even notice them.
They're polka dot tights.
I see that now. I will say these shoes are reeking of the 2010s.
Oh, 1000%. They're like a chunky heel, rounded toe,
platform heel,
silver
pump.
Sparkly pump. It's very 2010s. And the pose, too. What is this pose? I'm like fanning out the dress. I mean, the dress is it's so fun. The dress I love. No notes on the dress. I don't know. I think I did a ponytail just to keep my hair out of the way, but I kind of wish I almost had the hair from the first year.
Yes.
With this dress.
100%. 100%.
Like, I think I would have liked that combo better.
I agree.
Okay. Moving on to 2015. This is one of my favorites. It's a mini sequin dress, and it's a mini dress. It's pretty short. It's pretty short. It's pretty tiny in the front. And
in the front.
Yeah, because you can see in the back.
Yeah, I know.
It goes longer, so it covers the bum a little more. And it's a all white sequin dress with
it's not really
music
picking up
notes
in
and
the
a
photo.
staff on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I like the heels. It's a simple heel.
The heels are cute. Those are timeless to me.
They're like a black velvet.
I mean, I have heels like this now.
I think I still own these heels. Peep toe heel.
The fact that
pump.
we both own heels and shoes from this time
Era
period.
still. It's crazy. We take care of our things. I actually just used that clutch last week too.
It's a cute clutch.
It's just a black sparkly clutch. I like the outfit. I like the red lip. I'm not loving what I was doing with my hair at that time.
The hair
It's
is
too
not
heavy.
fully hairing. Yeah, it's a little too hairy.
It's too much hair. This is when I was in my extension era.
Oh,
Too
she
many.
was obsessed with the extension.
I was obsessed with the
I
extensions.
see it.
And you're going to laugh at this. I would have taken a ponytail of 2014 and done a ponytail with this instead. Switching all the hairs.
No, I agree. I was going to say ponytail for this look.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wish I did a fun pony. That would have been the move, especially with the sequin dress.
Maybe not with like the puff.
Yeah.
Not with the bang puff.
Not with the bang.
But a high pony.
A high, fun pony.
Big pony, yeah.
Okay. The puff is also so 2010s.
It hurts a little. That one hurts a little. And not because it looks bad, just because like
it's so 2010s.
It's so specific to that era.
All right, 2016, she's wearing a tuxedo dress.
Now, were you going like Mary Poppins themed?
Mary Poppins themed?
No, I'm being serious.
No, I just wanted to do a play on a tuxedo that was like, just like.
No, I love it. It's iconic.
This was also a Julie Mallow original. It wasn't an homage to Mary Poppins. It was just more like a.
You know what I mean though? Like the
to-
penguin?
Yes, 1,000%. I see where you're going. A tuxedo on a red carpet.
This bow?
It's the bow.
Is everything.
It's the bow. I almost wish if I could change one thing, have like a belt or something. Or some kind of structure of a belt. In the middle? Maybe not, though.
I'm trying to think.
Just to kind of but maybe it would separate it too much.
I would say, what if it was a 2-piece?
Oh, yeah. Like a crop top with a mini skirt. Oh, that's
fire.
That's it. That would have been the next level. But honestly, I love this
Fuzzy
one.
Pod Tour.
Take that outfit.
Her remake these.
Yes.
And make them green and lavender.
We wear the tuxedo dresses as a set. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Just throwing it out there.
Also, I don't know why I only straightened my hair. Like, I could have done so much more.
The hair, again, is what's losing it for me.
Yeah. The choices that were made specifically for the outfits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I wonder what was going on there.
Well, it was 2016. Were we still straightening our hair a lot then?
It just feels like it was an afterthought.
Yeah. Kind of like my hair today. Because
like,
it was.
Kind of like how you like maybe dried it on the way over or something, with your head out the window.
I'm crying.
No, it looks pretty. Like, it looks healthy.
Okay. We finally have a hair win, in my opinion, on this next one. I actually love this top knot.
I love a top knot.
And I have a pop of color in my makeup. So this next outfit is...
And I love this outfit. This is one of my favorites.
It's a 2-piece sequin set. So it's like a sequin tube top and a sequin miniskirt with a layered sheer organza dress.
Oh, organza,
yeah. Is it organza?
It's
chiffon?
organza.
Yeah, dress on top. Right. This is one of my favorites. I love that I wore the same shoes 2 years in a row.
Did you?
It looks like it.
No, the ones they're different.
They're different.
Completely
the
different.
Second one is sparkly.
They're so different.
They're so different.
The ones from the year prior were like a patent, like shiny black pump. And then these ones, they look like a lower heel and they're like more matte.
Oh, I didn't have my clutch facing out in this photo, but I had a Mickey Mouse clutch.
I remember that.
Yes, also made from Julie Mallow. That was so cute. Actually, this might be one of my faves.
This is one of my faves.
Okay, and the last one is a Chris's Sparkles party
this
dress.
One's good too.
I love this color. Again, I didn't wear a ton of color. I wore lots of black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved anytime I did some color. I love my glam in this one, actually.
The glam's good, yeah. The glam is glamming.
The glam is glamming. I actually
honestly, that hairstyle would have been good for the tuxedo look.
Yes, I was just thinking that. I remember we were like trying like discussions about the hair for this one, like because of the way the dress is super heavy on the top. It's like giving 80s prom. It's like lots of ruffles. It's like a metallic lavender. And it was so heavy on the top. We kept trying to figure out like what we can't really wear the hair down.
No, the hair cannot be down.
But I loved the glam on this one. The shoes were okay.
The shoes are also giving 2010s though.
Yeah. That would have been like the last year those shoes were acceptable on a carpet, in my opinion.
And I don't even know if they were acceptable.
In 2018, I mean, that was a while ago now.
Do you want to hear a jump scare?
Please, no. Okay,
go ahead. The Mean Girls movie, the original, obviously, came out 20 years ago. Came out in 2004. So whenever they were having those trailers, everyone was like, what do they mean, not your mother's Mean Girls? Literally.
Okay, well, it depends on their age, right? Because, like...
No, we were doing the math. Like, if you saw it when you were, like, 14.
Oh, if you saw it as a teenager, yes. Yeah, then 100% you'd have a 14-year-old maybe now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I just want to throw that out there.
But I was thinking more people my age, like, their kids are, like, 5. They're not seeing Mean Girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's doesn't make sense.
But you didn't watch Mean Girls until
later.
You were older.
That's true. Because in 2004, I would have been 10. I didn't watch it then. You're so
Mm-hmm.
also 10. That's only 4 years difference. What the? Wait, what? Am I mathing right? I guess none of my friends had kids like that young.
Yeah. I mean, some people have kids. Yeah. But
all right. So that is all of the outfits. So where do we rank them?
Okay. Easily, number 1 spot is going to go to year 2017, which is the organza overlay on like the sparkly 2-piece.
Yeah. The glam, the accessories, everything about this.
Everything
came together really
very
nicely.
strong. Number 2 for me.
It's between the music notes and the blue Mickey dress for me.
I agree. I'm going to go with the Mickey dress just because
it's such an iconic silhouette of that time, like for me, the tutus.
Yeah.
Doing all that. Yeah.
So that's going to be number 2, which would put music notes, which is year 2015, at number 3.
Number 4, I'm going to go ahead and put the tuxedo.
I was going to put that too.
We're on the same page.
We are. Then
I'm going to go ahead and put the sparkly purple number at number, what is that now? 5. And it's not because of...
It's not because it's not giving.
Yeah.
It's just, I think to me, it also feels like the least like you.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, which kind of makes sense because that was...
you were wearing a dress
someone else's
that was
designed.
Yeah.
Where the other ones I like...
You helped
like
the process. You were a part of the design process.
Yes.
Like you were giving ideas.
Input. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like you weren't, obviously Julie was doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
But you were
100%.
You were like giving your ideas and kind of your thoughts behind things. So.
And then that means that in last place, it's the Topshop dress. It's the yellow roses.
It has to be. It's not that it's not cute. Like, I mean, I feel like you could still wear this today. But.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
It's also just giving like, I don't know, like homecoming or something. I don't know.
It's giving I don't know what it's giving.
Maybe it's the pose is giving me the ick a little bit.
I'm doing the same pose every single year, but it gets a little more confident each time.
I think that, no, you're not. You're doing different poses. Like,
no, look at year 1 in
2016 versus 2013. Like, you look not confident.
In both of those?
Actually, no, you look confident.
Oh, in 2016, the sun was in my eyes.
No, you look good there.
Oh, I look good there. Yeah.
Like, it feels more natural. The pose.
More relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how much more relaxed I get on red carpets each year, which is kind of funny to see.
Because, like, that looks completely different. Your last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm doing the same pose.
But it's not.
But it's, you know what I mean?
It's not. It's because, like, in the first one, I feel like your fingers are kind of maybe, like, tighter together and you're, like, trying to be Barbie. You know, Barbie pose.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is how you pose on a carpet. And then by the last one, I'm just like, boom.
Hit, work, bye.
Snacks time.
Snacks were always disappointing at these things. Every once in a while, we'd get a good, and that's why it would stick out.
Yes.
Because we were like, dang, they had good snacks and had good drinks.
Yes. Never forget the time I almost sent my publicist to the ER. Not actually, just I was stressing him out because we were at this billboard event and I was fighting for my life with a chicken tendy. There's more context. I bit into it and for some reason it was all
like
fatty and tendon and I couldn't bite through it. And so like
you gotta like abandon ship at a certain point, but it's hard.
I finally did
because you're so hungry, you know. Because you're like,
but also you're gonna have to spit out.
Yeah, so it's like, do I spit it out or do I like try to, you know, just get it done, you know?
And I was like, I can't bite this chicken. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, spit it out. I'm like, I can't bite through this chicken tendy. Oh my gosh. Wonder if Matt would ever come on the show to talk about.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. I love Matt.
Okay, well, we talked about so much today. The Pop Star Diaries is a series for a reason because there's
just so much to talk about.
There's so many stories, so many things to talk about. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode. And of course, if you enjoy the content, we'd love it if you would leave us a comment, a rating, a review.
You're feeling extra kind and generous.
Yeah. And if you want to see more content, don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah. Leave us a comment. We love hearing from you guys. And we love getting to do this. And it's been great just getting to hear from you guys. So don't forget to message us and let us know.
Yeah. Let us know what you think of the show. Well, that's all we have for today. And we will see you next week. Bye.